So the Fuzz pedal or Fuzz box is, I think, probably one of the coolest guitar pedals there is. It's almost like its own instrument. You use it in a very different way to a normal pedal. I think the mistake a lot of people make is they add a fuzz to their setup and use it as if they were using a distortion pedal and play the way they'd normally play. And a fuzz pedal, of course it'll work like that, but you certainly don't get the most out of it. So I'm just going to talk through the basic way you'd set up the pedal, and also the way to get the most out of it, certainly tonally and sort of playability. The first thing to do is the placement of the guitar pedal. You need to put the fuzz first. In other words, the lead coming from your guitar needs to go directly into the fuzz. So the fuzz is the first guitar pedal in the setup. From the fuzz, you could then obviously go into another distortion pedal like a tube screamer, and then into your maybe delay or chorus or whatever you're using. So first in line, very important. The next thing you want to do is which pickup to use. Now obviously if you're using a Strat, you want to use the bridge pickup, and this is actually really important. The fuzz will obviously work on any pickup, but really to get the most out of the sound and the most playable and the most pleasing sound, you do want to set your guitar, whenever you use your fuzz, on the bridge pickup. That's the one nearest your bridge. So the other thing is which pedals to use with a fuzz, and I think what's very often done is a fuzz and a tube screamer or some other kind of overdrive pedal at once. They actually sound great. Obviously the overdrive will be after the fuzz, and this can give a great big lead tone, which is great for sort of blues lead and great for sort of big fat heavy riffs. Okay, so I just want to talk about the amp settings to get the most out of your fuzz pedal. The best settings on the amp, certainly that I find, is with the amp slightly broken up. So it's not distorted and it's not completely clean. You've just got a little bit of a gritty sort of light lead sound or gritty rhythm sound. If the amp is too distorted, then the fuzz can sound mushy and almost lose a bit of its quality, because the amps are overdriven too much. It sort of disguises the quality of the fuzz. Obviously it'll still work, but I think you do lose something. And if the amp is too clean, the fuzz can sound almost over gritty and maybe a little bit harsh. So you want to get that balance just right. That balance tends to be what works best for an overdrive pedal as well. So you shouldn't have to compromise the way your setup is normally set. So one other amazing feature of the fuzz is the ability for it to clean up. And basically what that is you turn the volume control down on your guitar, maybe 1 or 2 notches. It doesn't take much. And the fuzz will clean up and actually create an amazing clean sound, which is still a little bit broken up, but it's got a glassy quality to it. I think if you try it, you'll probably realize how many times you've heard this sound on record. It's very playable, and a lot of players actually use it as their preferred clean sound. So if you turn it down a little bit more, again, it creates a slightly broken up clean sound that's got a lot of brightness to it, but it's not brittle. Cool. Well, that's just the basics getting started with a fuzz pedal. Check out my other videos. I'm going to do some actual guitar demos that sort of show the actual sort of techniques that might help. Thanks for listening, watching, and check out my other videos.